Hi, it's Rebecca, Empathic Crow. So I know that I enjoy intuitively gathering things and talking about it, but at the same time, I do realize that some of these videos are getting very long. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to set the stones out. I do have the 3 stones from Hanging Rock the other day, and we'll set those down and we'll pull a Divine Master and see who we're channeling today. Hope everyone's well. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I do hope that the timestamps have helped with the navigation. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. You may hear some tip-tapping, as I call it, outside of the door. One of our dogs is not feeling so well, and I made sure she's good before I start this. And we will see who comes out from the Divine Master's deck. I'm going to take a grounding breath. Just to calm my energy. So let's see who we have coming out today. Guide angels, guides, and ancestors. Who is the Divine Master coming out today? Interesting. So we have Buddha, heightened awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. Okay. So yes, there's a golden halo behind him, and then also like a golden aura around him connected. But it almost looks like a cell. I want to say mitochondrial or mitochondria, you know, when we used to have to draw the cells in biology class. All right. My ears are feeling really full. I think that happens quite a bit. So we will take a piece of petrified wood and then the Hawkeye and copper. I'm going to take one of the other coppers and put it with the petrified wood. All right, so we will channel as best we can the energy of Buddha. Let me get the box because, as I've said, I do enjoy reading. Divine Masters, keeper of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen, and so it is. And she is okay. She's just a daddy's girl, and he's not home. This is me, and he's not home right now. So again, if you hear the little tippy taps outside the door, she's just restless because she doesn't have anyone sitting out there with her. So she's okay. I just took her out before coming in here. So I'm seeing a lot of red. I'm seeing a lion's face, a male lion. A lot of orange, a little bit of yellow. The stones are feeling really heavy in my hands, and I'm just getting the sense of overall heaviness, like being pulled down to the earth. I'm seeing a yellow lotus flower. and then a grassy field with mountains in the distance. There are clouds up over the mountain. To sit in the grass is peaceful. To think of the mountain feels daunting. That is life. If you stay in the grass, you may be comfortable, but you do not reach the top of the mountain. The clouds may gather, but hold no rain. Worry about the journey prevents growth and reward. To not climb does not mean peace, for the rain comes to the plains as well. Staying in the grass may only bring you comfort for a time. To attain what you seek, you must climb. There is grass on the mountain, places to pause, but only to rest for a while before you continue. So right now I'm just seeing like cycles of day and night, walking toward the mountain through the grass. There's a dirt path that I'm walking along, and it winds. Even though the grass is a fairly flat area and the path is clearly defined, and I'm hearing the ease of the journey does not determine the something of the journey, the fulfillment of the journey. When the climb becomes steep, the question of whether to turn back enters your mind. You consider whether the top is worth the effort. You see the top of the mountain, but you do not see what you will find. You are too far away. If you turn back, you know where you're coming from. If you move forward, the destiny is undecided is the word coming into my head, but that's not unseen. Unseen. The destiny is unseen. Sometimes I'm needing to take a deep breath. My hands are very heavy right now with the stones. And I'm seeing tree roots growing out, and as the tree root is growing out, there's stones and things underground that are in the way. And what I'm seeing is the root growing around the stone. What seems like an obstacle may be a necessary detour to strengthen growth, character, and heart. Learning to manage is the word that's coming to my mind, but that's not the word from the message. Learning to and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my left hand, somewhat near the center, something's jumping and pulsing in my hand. I don't know if it's moving anything. Peace is not just a pleasant stroll through the field. It can only be obtained by learning how to endure the struggle and still be grateful. To encounter obstacles and find another way forward. The path is not always as clear as it seems. The path you know may feel safe. However, there may be hidden dangers that you avoided along your way that you encounter when you turn back. Climbing the mountain instills discipline and he's having me more listen and speak rather than speaking through me, and giving me a lot of visuals to describe. So this is where my words sometimes I stumble across them because it's not a direct speech. It's more like translating thoughts, if that makes sense. So he says, this is because what I tell you is not for you, not you must decide what it means to you, is what he's saying to me. That is part of the path, is that you make the choice, the decision that feels right to you. And he's bringing my attention to my left hand, where I'm feeling continuously just it feels like my left hand, the middle, is jumping right now. And in my mind's eye, I see like a ball of energy, like the violet flame. If you've taken Reiki before and you've learned about the violet flame, like it's not that technique, but it looks like this violet flame coming out of my hand. And he's implying or indicating that is a flame of truth, and the truth must be connected to your heart, and both connected to everything. Like he's just showing me everything, the world, the plants, the earth, the sky, the people, everything. And he's mentioning that this connection exists regardless. It is not it exists whether you believe it, whether you choose it or not. But what you choose can make the path more difficult, or so he's showing me that the path still is difficult, but that the way you think of it is different. So, and now my hand is tingling and hot, my left hand. Right hand just feels heavy. He's showing me that the path, it's the same path. It's how you choose to see it. If you choose to see the path as difficult and you hold worry or fear about it, then you will experience the path as treacherous, as more of a struggle. Whereas if you see the path as not necessarily easy, but as a challenge, as something that you may feel uncomfortable, but a lot of energy here, and like I said, it's running through my left hand quite a bit. You may still see it as difficult, but you experience it differently because like he's showing me, if you think that it's difficult, you're just focused on the next step, getting through all the obstacles. Whereas if you're focused on the path as a challenge, but also, there we go, thank you, there's the word, a new adventure. He's showing me how walking up the path, it becomes an opportunity to see all that's around you. Like I'm seeing a butterfly over here, and then in the tree over here, there's like a nest and some birds, and on the ground even, and he's having me like zone into the ground. There's little ants, and they're just going about their day. There's a roly-poly, that's what I was laughing at. I can't remember what they're actually called. That's what we call them where I'm from. But the little bugs with the shell on them, and they roll up when they're, I think it's a defense mechanism. But like he's showing me that when you are walking down or through up this mountain path, and you're doing it more with curiosity and respect, focus, that you're doing it in a way where your eyes are open, like you see more, you take in more. The experience itself becomes an adventure, an amazing journey is what I'm hearing. Whereas if you look at it with trepidation, that changes the way that you see it, and you miss the butterfly, you miss the birds in the trees, you miss the insects on the ground. And he's showing me like an apple tree and an orange tree. He's like, you miss the fruit, like the resources, the abundance, the blessings that are around you. And if you're only looking at the clouds, then you miss the sun that peeks through. Because even with the clouds, he says, the sun still shines on you. It's how you choose to see it. And that's a big thing. And the energy in my left hand is still pretty high, but it's coming down now a little bit. But how you choose to see it determines your connection with everything around you, your understanding of everything around you. Because you are a part of everything around you. If you choose to see the things around you, then you see that you have everything that you need. Nothing is taken away from you because the journey is not as easy. And now he's showing me a log that's off to the side that would be missed if somebody stayed on the path. So the log is off to the side, and he's showing me, having me sit down on the log, drink some water, eat some of the fruit, and kind of take a break. And as I take a break, he's having me look around at the area that I'm sitting in, just surrounded by trees. And there's a couple of squirrels over here. You can hear the birds chirping everywhere. And he's saying breathe. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And just observe. And he says you would miss this if you were so focused on the goal. All of this you would miss. And now he's showing me putting a backpack that I didn't even realize I had, but I have that, putting it back on, and we're going back to the path. And as I'm going back to the path, I'm looking at each of the animals and just kind of feeling this gratitude And I feel like my head is nodding because I'm like nodding at the animals as I walk past. It's showing respect, giving gratitude for the very life that is all around, not just my life, not just the life of just life in general, like the ground underneath me, the earth. There's like a vibration under my feet, just taking in that life force energy. Just, I'm feeling like as I come back to the mountain, out of the woods, and I see the mountain, and it's like seeing it through fresh eyes. This time you're seeing it differently. The mountain is the same mountain, but it looks different because your view is different. And it's taking in like the majesty and the awe of the size of the mountain, not in a way of feeling trepidation or what's the word? I can't think of it. But not focusing, and the stone is vibrating in my hand again, not focusing on how daunting the mountain may seem, but how amazing and majestic it is. And I begin to climb again, and there are places where like a rock just moved under my foot, or there is a root in the path. But my focus, my energy, my heart feels different. There's a gratitude in the journey and the exploration of it. And now I'm close to the top of the mountain. And there's a sense of anticipation and pride in the accomplishment of getting through, but also a remembrance of everything that I've seen and felt and experienced. And it's like, I want to hesitate. I don't want to cross that threshold, like go up the last little bit of the mountain yet. I just want to savor the moment and enjoy the fact that while I'm so close to the goal, there's so much I've already gained. And so I'm being led to just take a moment to breathe and look at even the grass, the plains that were behind me, and seeing how different they look from that point near the top of the mountain. Everything so small. When I was in the grass, I felt like the mountain looked so big. And so he's encouraging me to climb the last few steps. And now I'm on top of the mountain. There's a heaviness in my body and my muscles, but a sense of accomplishment, as well as a sense of just peace. And a respect for myself for not taking the path that looked easy. And there are animals gathering around me up here too. And it's again coming back to recognizing everything that's around me. There are trees on top of the mountain too. And I see the sun now, peeking through the cloud that I couldn't see before because of the mountaintop. has me laying like a blanket down on the ground, and again sitting to rest, drinking my water, eating some more fruit, but this time after I'm laying back on the blanket and the night's approaching and I can see the stars. And again, just looking up in awe at the vast universe around me and remembering how small I am compared to all I'm hearing is all, everything, all. And yet feeling so connected in the moment, despite the distance between myself and the stars, and myself in the field below. And he says, you have this choice every day to slow down and take in what is around you, to connect with what is within you, what is around you, what is far beyond your reach but still there, or to lose focus and narrow your path because of the choice to do something that feels familiar, even though it may not bring you peace, hope, or joy. And I see him sitting and he says, that he encourages the choice of stillness and peace, of honor and respect, of connecting within and without. And the encouragement is to take a moment to just sit in silence where you are. Go outside if you must, or if you can. Try to clear your mind of thoughts, especially thoughts that disturb your peace. They will come again, but focus on the peace. And allow yourself to breathe. Notice your body and how it feels in the moment of stillness. And he's having me take very deep breaths for this one. He says that is all. Whew, that did not feel like 20 some or 30 some minutes. Whew. So I can't remember which channeling my arms felt like I had been gripping. Oh, I think that was the last one with Metatron and Sandalphon. I may have said it wrong this time or last time. My arms just feel heavy because it's like my body, the encouragement was for me to just let it be, let it be. All right, so with Buddha, let me take a sip of water. The energy wasn't the same as like with Shiva or some of the others where it was like an expansiveness. The energy was just like a calming, except for right here in the center of my left hand. It just felt like this constant pulse. And definitely I was more present for this one. Even though, as I said, my awareness in the moment was focused on the visuals that I was being given. All right, so Kyle Gray's Divine Masters Guidebook. Let's see what it says. So we have Buddha, heightened awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. I forgot that's what it said. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, started his life as a mollycoddled prince, but one day he broke free from the palace grounds and was exposed to the harsh reality of life in the form of sickness, age, and death. It shook him to his core. Suffering was real. This set him This set him off on a spiritual adventure that would lead to leaving behind all earthly pleasures in order to search for an end to all suffering in the world. Today, the Buddha is a spiritual master who is willing to help all beings move beyond fear and suffering. Even if you are not a practicing Buddhist, this amazing soul will help you reflect on your past and understand your present so you can reach a heightened state of awareness and stay connected to what is real and true. Your message: don't fight the thoughts that disturb you. Like I said, I was very present more than in any of these channelings so far because the message was delivered through me. And so I'm laughing because I see the direct connections between what I was being shown and what the book says. Don't fight the thoughts that disturb you, for when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you are being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have an opportunity to stand in love. When your fears appear in thought form, instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, and realize that they are a part of you. And he kept bringing me back to that it's within you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all of your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see, you are only trapped by the prospect of fear, not fear itself. Today you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in your world. So that was a channeled message from the energy of the Buddha, and I hope that this was something you enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to try to cut down on some of the things that may interest me, but definitely take up time. And I'll see you when I see you for another channeled message, but I'm really enjoying this. So thank you so much to the Buddha. Thank you so much to Kyle Gray for the Divine Masters Oracle deck. It is a very beautiful deck, and I will see you all sometime soon. Take care.